You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole. I'm your host, the homie Ray Jeezy's out, but you can check us out at www.urbansportscene.com. Did I say an extra W? I think I did. I'm not sure. Before we tackle the Commanders' next playoff opponent, let's knock down some particulars. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. If you're on YouTube right now, your first time viewer of the Urban Sports Scene on our YouTube channel, hit that red subscribe button and also like this video. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene. And like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page, also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. And you can check out our weekly NFL picks on the NFL Football Garbage Time website, which just go to www.footballgarbagetime.com. It's part of the Urban Sports Scene versus Football Garbage Time Pick'em Challenge. I'm trash. I think I'm last place or something. I should make my playoff picks because I've kind of been skipping out on it because I've been so bad at it. So I've been a quitter. So I apologize to folks who know me as a person who's not a quitter. For these picks, I was a quitter. I won't lie to y'all. All right. Anyway, let's get into our tradition, the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. Founder of CWall Sports and Entertainment and Bowie TV's Washington Commanders reporter Candi Waller will join me to talk about the Commanders' upcoming NFC divisional round playoff game opponents in the Detroit Lions. All right, let me put her there. Let me add her in right now. The famous, the well-known, well-renowned. Everybody know what time it is when she's in the building. One of the best reporters in the game, Miss Candi Waller.
Hello. What an intro.
What is going on, Candi?
What is up?
How are you? And also, folks, this is also being streamed on the Bowie TV YouTube channel. So hit them with hit that subscribe button and also like the video as well. All right, well, Candi, exciting times, Candi. Exciting times.
You know, I don't even know where I am. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, you can tell when a vet is really like not a vet when it comes to certain things. And so this second season of the NFL, I just don't know what this is. And hey, Ma, she's been trying to get in touch with me all day. So
yeah, cause it's hey, she trying. She better have gotten in touch with you. Did you reach her? You called her back, right?
I did, but I was just like, I was trying to take a nap.
All right, I'm about to say you don't do moms like that.
I'm doing a show at 4:00. So she said she was gonna see me on here.
All right, so what we won't do is do moms dirty. You know, we're not gonna do moms dirty.
Not at all.
All right. Okay, as long as we know this.
Oh yeah.
All right, we good then. All right, cool. All right, cool. You had me concerned for a hot second. All right. I know you big time now. All right.
Don't do that.
I'm messing with you. All right. Well, tomorrow night at 8, the Commanders take on the number 1 seed in the NFC, the Detroit Lions, in the NFC divisional round playoffs. Candi, you've been in Ashburn all week, folks. She's in there big time, bro. So what is the mindset of the players and coaches going into this big game where many folks have counted this team out?
I mean, I know nobody's probably going to want to hear this, but it's really been, and love you too, Mom. I love you too. I have to say that for awesome. It really has been business as usual. These people are the same every single day, every single week. I think the schedule has been a lot different, right? Because technically this is a shorter week. I mean, they played on prime time Sunday night. They're playing prime time again, right? But it's Saturday. So everything was pushed up a day. So everybody, myself included, was like, what days? We were thinking, like, we thought Tuesday was Wednesday and Wednesday was Thursday and Thursday was Friday. And it's not, it's not, but that's how they had to move. So everything from even like rehab, recovery, just practice schedule was different because the game is on Saturday versus Sunday or Monday. So, but their business as usual. Nothing has changed in that regard.
Do they seem real confident? You know what I mean? Because again, everybody in terms of some of the quote unquote experts have this team losing to the Lions. Does the team seem real confident?
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's kind of normal.
Okay.
Like right, but it's not. They're not the trash talk type.
course,
I think everybody has learned that about this group now, right? This season.
Mm-hmm.
This is not trash talking environment. They're not like extra hype. I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, the vibe, the music, the this, the that, and it's like they'll be in here listening to Michael Jackson, PYT, and
That's what
singing.
I'm talking about. I love that. I
And
love
just
that.
go. I mean, just but that's been them every week. So I don't take it any different. To me, it's actually a great sign that they're treating this like they do every week, and there's no fear, but there's hasn't been any.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I know I've seen the phrase use measuring stick game and that throughout the season, and I'm like, you know what? I think this is the first time for me I felt like that this was a measuring stick game. Like this is a real, if there's a such thing. I don't think there's a such thing for the team. I'll be honest with you, but in my opinion, if there was one, funny enough, it's this one.
Okay. Paul has a question for you before I get into my next one. It's kind of the same thing I was just recently asking. It says, Candi, listening to the players and coaches, they have acquired confidence about this game. Do you agree? Acquired confidence.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the same thing they've been doing every week. They're even killed. And I kind of asked, Coach Quinn about that, right? On Thursday, because today is Friday, right? So on Thursday, how do you not get too high, too low? This is a big deal.
Yeah.
This is a very, very big deal. Like for the city, for the franchise, for all parties involved. This is huge, especially in their first year together. So it's got to be some nerves. It's got to be a little bit of everything. But have they displayed that publicly? No, not at all.
No, I totally agree. On IG, I'm gonna make sure I get folks their flowers. Lamont Thomas Jr. said, "Let's go, Candi."
Oh, hello.
So you got loves out there on IG. IG Live. Appreciate you, homie, for tuning in. Lamar said, I like the fact that they're not being very, overly vocal. I agree, but like Candi said, this is the norm, though, right, Candi?
Yeah, it's their norm. I think if I would have seen a little bit too much hype or too much, I probably would have been concerned. Like, wait, what y'all doing all this for? Everybody's working. I mean, I will note that when I saw Coach Kingsbury yesterday, I was like, geez, has he been asleep? But I the same way yesterday, so I'm not going, Oop, did y'all lose me?
Yeah, I did. You're back though. You're back. I heard you. I heard you though. I heard you though.
Okay. Yeah. I think Coach Kingsbury looked a little bit like he was studying everything. And I was like, has he been asleep? But like I said, I think I looked the same way yesterday. So
yeah, I kind of like I like that he's not sleeping. I like that. That means he's studying. That means he's in the zone. I was
gonna get in his way and say something, but I was like, oh no. He's got
I kind of like that. So the Detroit Lions offense is potent. Everybody knows it. Good running game. Got explosive players out in the wide receiver positions as well. Did Washington players and coaches express their major concerns about the Lions offense? And if not, what are your concerns about this offense?
I mean, they are aggressive, right? Everyone knows the name of Dan Campbell's game, right? They are aggressive. Something that they do very well that the Commanders have stalled at is they have an explosive, dynamic, consistent run game, right? And they are going to run the football down your throat, like for real. And they still have, a strong tight end, great receivers, as you mentioned. And Jared Goff is having a good season.
Facts.
Shout out to Jared Goff. I know there's not like the typical MVP conversations, but you still got to have a quarterback to execute and have the record that they have. You still got to have a good quarterback. And of course, Ben Johnson, right? Ben Johnson, one of the bright offensive creative minds in the league right now, highly sought after for a head coach position, as we all know. So this will be interesting, to say the least. I think one of the things that we haven't really talked a lot about in terms of just Detroit is the environment.
Okay.
Right? This is a hostile environment of some hype fans that cannot wait for this team to beat the Commanders, and they want to buy.
Yeah.
So for this environment, this is their first playoff game. And so it is going to be extra loud in there. It's always extra loud. But they said for this one, this is going to be quite the adjustment. So I think that, some of the I think the challenge here, Wale, is some of the things that the Commanders haven't done well.
Yeah.
The Lions,
they could take advantage of.
This could either go well, not necessarily very well, but it go well, or it could be very bad.
No, I think it's a very good point. Lamar said it's going to be a very raucous environment for sure. I agree with that. It is. Because I don't know, it's not like traveling to Tampa for Commander fans. Detroit's a little different.
Yes, I almost didn't get back. I said, wait a minute now. I'm in Detroit? No. I need to get home. No. Let me get back with my
Detroit a little different. I wish there's a way to know if they studied the Lions 2 losses, because the losses was against quarterbacks that's good with their legs, and we have that. I do agree with that. That's a good point. I thought I will say this: if you look at the Lions defense, and the defense is a little banged up. It's a lot banged up. So that's what Washington has advantage of too. We'll talk about that later. But I will say that the mobile quarterbacks that the Lions has faced, and some of the ones that they even lost to, those quarterbacks have had success on their defense. And so you can make the argument that Jaden will be a different breed of what they've seen. Even, to be real with you, and he's not as mobile, definitely not as mobile as Jaden. Caleb Williams had success against their defense, running the ball. So to your point,
that's a great point. Dan Campbell did say that Jaden Daniels is dangerous.
Yeah,
I had to laugh when I was watching that clip, because I was like, the only person I know that's more of a maniac than Dan Campbell is Jaden Daniels. It's not they different, and how they do it, how they operate. Great humans, but they're super different.
Definitely. Let's see. Yes,
this will be good. This will be very good.
Josh, they will. I totally agree. So question from Dandon. Dandon has a question. It's for you, Candi. He says, how important is it to reestablish a running game early and sticking to it despite their struggles?
That's a great question. I mean, that's the question that came up yesterday as well. They're going to have to be creative. I think sticking to the run game, yes. Because part of that is controlling the time of possession. Remember, I started talking about time of possession on Sunday, and I've noticed when I've gone back and watched film and watched just television version of games, I'm like, when they got the time of possession, they win football games.
Facts.
Okay, and so I think that, and when Terry gets the ball,
we know that
solid amount of times, right?
Yeah,
but yes to run game. Who is utilized in the run game is what I would be looking at. Okay. Because I'm just going to say it. If something isn't working with the person, a player, you got to move. You got to make the decision quick. Right. If B-Rob isn't able to get it done immediately, this is a game where if it is a player that is going to take many reps to get going, this ain't it. Right. Make the decision quicker, right? So if Austin Eckler is able to get it done, if Jeremy McNichols is able to get it done, if you got to utilize Jaden's legs, if you got to do what they did last week, and that's when I just kind of sat back in my little press box seat and crossed my arms and said, you know what? I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just going to sit here and watch the football game because I'm trying to figure out what they're doing, and you got me on that one. And that was when Marcus Mariota came in there. You put Jaden in motion or used him as a running back. And
you talk about the quarterback sneak.
I don't even know what this is anymore. But at the same token, if it's not working, switch it up immediately. And then stick with what is. That's all I'm saying. Run game, yes. Player, maybe that's why I saw Cliff looking a little like he was up all night, like me.
He was up. He was up. That's good.
That creativity's got to get going. It has to get going. And you still got to get your weapons, excuse me, I don't use that word no more, assets, the football, right? You got to get your assets to football. So I like that question about the run game. Yes, but be creative. If something isn't working, you got to move to a different player to get it done.
Paul has a comment about that. He says, 30 gets that call up.
I think I said something last week on the pregame, right?
Sure did.
When you said, well, is there any surprises on the inactive list? I said, yes, there is. I don't know why Chris Rodriguez Jr. is not playing. And here's the thing, and this is all fairness, because of the difference in schedules. This week, my schedule was different, and the content I needed to get from Coach Quinn, I did not ask this question yesterday, and it was more so understanding why Chris Rodriguez was inactive in that game.
Gotcha.
So we shall see what happens tomorrow night.
I'm with Paul, though. I think that he should be active.
They don't have film. People don't really have a lot of film on. Whenever you switch up a player, they're going to be ready for B-Rob.
Yeah.
To a degree that maybe Austin as well, but they're going to be ready for him. And they're not necessarily familiar, but they will be ready for him. And we've seen in the last few weeks, I keep saying since that second Eagles game, have not seen as much production from him.
No, I totally agree. Ref the district, what's going on, fam? He says maybe you make the decision earlier to just let Jaden do all or most of the running.
Well, I think the thing about that is, Jaden sometimes does Jaden.
Yeah.
What I mean?
I ain't mad at it.
And now I'm learning them well enough to know when that's Cliff or that's the call, or hey, yo, that's Jaden right there. Jaden just said.
I ain't even mad, and I'm not even mad at it.
And sometimes, and we've seen Marcus do that too. Now they're very similar in that way. They, and they have the vision as well as the autonomy to do that. Like nobody's just gonna freelance. But if they got to go for it and he doesn't see it and he can get it, he's going to get it. And we've seen him do that. That's not without a second thought.
No, Jaden is going to do Jaden, and I think the whole fan base wouldn't be mad at it at all. Would not be mad at it.
Whatever it takes to win the football game, just move it along quicker.
CWall.
I want to acknowledge Marcus Chester real quick. He's one of our sports industry colleagues, Wole. And I meant to post this, but I'm telling y'all, this has been a crazy week. And I think I've been telling like Karita and Darrell was like, yo, you can tell I'm new to this because I'm new to playoff life because I'm like, I'm supposed to be off. The only person that's supposed to be working right now is Karita. What is this? Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to be off. This is cutting into my Cancun time. What's wrong with these people? But so no, I'm joking. This has been phenomenal. Trust me. But I talked to Marcus maybe toward the end. I don't even remember the day it was now, toward the end of the Commander season, and he was sharing about the team playing at least until MLK weekend. And I said, oh, absolutely. I was just telling somebody. I said, this team is going to make it. I'm thinking through the divisional round. They got to be playing through the divisional round, I would think. And we were both right. So shout out to Marcus because, a lot of people do not have very much faith in this team at all.
Facts.
At all. At all. So even now they still don't. So
that's what I'm saying. Like this matchup is like David versus Goliath for a lot of people, from people outside of our fan base.
It's almost like it works better for them that way. So
I think so too. Christian says the Lions haven't given up 100 yards by any opposing running back since December 2022. I feel our best runner will be Jaden Daniels. Is a crazy weapon on fourth down too. He sure is. I like that take. Paul said 19 played last week and as an extra wide receiver. Why? Like the new he did play.
I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. Like that one, I was just kind of like,
I did see him out there. I don't know. That's a good question.
Somebody was like, wait, is it KJ? I was like, no, that's crazy.
It's not KJ. Yeah, it wasn't KJ. It was the other one.
No,
thought it was interesting.
There's more.
Yeah, thought it was interesting. George says, "Is Chris Rodriguez going to get it?" Oh, wait, we already talked about this. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Read that counter. Here you go, Lamar. So I like Jayden running. I just think those quarterback counters have mixed results. I agree. I like when he drops back, sees it, and makes a decision. I like that. I don't like the counters that much either.
Oh yeah,
Lamar.
absolutely.
I don't like them either.
When he get his guys open, I mean, absolutely. That's the preferred approach. And I think that's what, a Dan Campbell or anyone else, when they say what makes Jayden Daniels so dangerous, is he could do both very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very well. So
easily. I just don't like them myself because I feel like you're putting them in harm's way. I just don't want him in harm's way.
Yeah, everybody is taking deep breaths whenever.
Like when he running closer to the big dudes, I'd be like, hey, chill out.
He just doesn't. But he doesn't. When was it? Oh my gosh, what game was it? Oh, they all running together now. And somebody asked him about when he took a big hit. Chris Russell asked him about when he took a big hit, and then was like, "That wasn't a big hit. It was."
Just you talking about the one that the playoff game hit, the one in Tampa?
It was a couple weeks ago. It was before,
yeah.
And it was like, he was like, "It wasn't a big hit. It was just a hit." I was like, "Jayden is."
Yeah, Chris Russell don't know no better. He don't know no better.
I didn't have to say the name.
I said it. I don't know better, man. Jayden cool. He cool. What's going on, Lord? He said, I think if you pressure Goff in the pocket, it's a wrap for the Lions. He's not mobile, and that favors Washington's defense. I agree with that. I do think that he gets the ball out quick, and he does. Jared Goff processes things pretty quickly too. So if you can make him uncomfortable, though, I agree. If he's just not comfortable, they have a good chance. But the thing to make him not comfortable is to take away that run game. If he has a run game, then he's going to get comfortable. You can't deny that, to be honest with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Laura says you definitely need to bring in C-Rod. Nothing against B-Rod, but if you carry 4 running backs tomorrow, especially the running backs that give us a dual threat, we're going to be all right tomorrow. I hope they do, man. I hope they do dress up B-Rod for real. I do. I mean, sorry, C-Rod. Laura says if you hold Gibbs to a total of 100 yards or less, it's a win for Washington. Yeah.
I think David Montgomery is back.
He back. Yeah, I know.
I don't like it.
Not happy about that.
I like both of them. I am Gibbs and Montgomery. Like, oh man, and that's part of it. And then, they hate it. I'm not gonna say it out loud because then team will be like, you over there fangirling over the people that we play. No, I'm just respect people's games. So it's very, very good. Very,
got a Lions fan with some love. I appreciate that, man. I mean, I like respectful people, man. So I'm not too well versed in y'all slang, but I'm a Lions fan and I respect the Commanders. I appreciate that, bro.
That's perfect. If you're there in the press box, come and say hello. I'll be there tomorrow expecting but maybe it's better than how we was getting treated in Tampa. Tampa's PR is amazing, but the staff was like, "Oh, y'all ready for y'all vacation?" That's
when you told me, they said that's nasty.
They
work.
Was wild.
That's nasty work. I'm sorry. They said that's nasty work. That's nasty work.
PR department immaculate. They're fantastic. Yeah. So it was not them. I always say it was not them. But the rest of the staff, you just walking. I said, this is getting so bad. I'm about to take this commander's lanyard off. I'm just with
that's nasty. I see you told me that. I was like, okay, that's what people doing?
Yeah, they were planning. So which one we doing next week? Green Bay or Philly? It was a real plan. And I'm like, they got to be joking. No, it wasn't a joke.
Oh. Well, they home now. So they can chill. Cabo, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Enjoy it. All right. So, I mean, there's another story. I mean, obviously, since, my man from Detroit, I'll give some Detroit love. So Mikey Sainristil played at the University of Michigan where he won a national championship. Go Blue. I'm a Michigan fan. Go Blue. Anywhere from him coming back to Michigan. You know what I mean? He played there, the state of Michigan. He played in Michigan, won a championship. Now he's back in the state of Michigan. Did any chatter about him going back to, a place where he had success at?
If there was, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
They, like I said, they've been in and out, just real focused. Mm-hmm. I know there's been conversation about it, of course, right?
Yeah.
But it's also more like a homecoming for him, very similar to like Jaden when he went to New Orleans.
Of course.
So it's exciting times for all of them. It hits home. So hopefully that nostalgia will have him doing his thing, because he's having a great rookie season. I know there's been a lot of focus on Jaden Daniels, rightfully so, but this rookie class has done amazing, and Mikey Sanders still is one of those players.
That's easy. Oh, he hasn't. Y'all ain't mentioned Mikey over there in Detroit. That's messed up, bro. I need to look. So as you know, I'm a Michigan fan. I am. I make no bones about it. I'm a big Blue fan. Go Blue. Go big. Go Blue. But I will say that just like we talk about Jade, I think this is a big thing because Mikey plays out of emotion too. There's a certain energy he plays with, and we see it in terms of the man. This dude will smack you if it comes to the run game. He's in coverage. He plays with some excitement and energy. So I am very interested to see how Mikey plays going back to Michigan. You know what I mean? The state of Michigan, because he's had a lot of success over there. He's going to probably have a lot of friends going to the game, or former teammates go into that game to a point where, I want to see if he's going to be pressing or just playing his normal game. You know what I mean? But it's going to definitely be, for him, it's going to be exciting. But to your point, yeah, I kind of like that it hasn't been asked a lot, because that means they're in that mode, like you talking about. Like, these players are on that mode. It's not about, it ain't about the outside noise. It's about achieving a goal. And I appreciate that. If that's the energy you're getting, then I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get that.
I mean, it was definitely like are they in the playoffs or not? It was just like, it's a thing that we make up, or I make up, and it's work.
Yeah, I'm for that. Like, I need that. I want that all in. We about this life mode. All right, so Dyami, is a guy, I root for this kid, Dyami Brown. Everybody knows this. I root for Dyami Brown. Dyami Brown last week, he did his thing. 89 yards, 5 catches, a touchdown. Man, he did his thing. Can you see him continuing this momentum, continuing this mode tomorrow night?
Absolutely. I mean, and it's one of those things where Terry still got to get his, right? I think when he does, the team just seems to win, right? But getting a Dyami Brown, or just that versatility, it makes everyone remember the assets that the team has, right? There are options, everyone, right? Yep. And you all have even heard me say on shows where I've said, okay, there's Terry McLaurin, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, we've now seen the everybody else have their day, right? We've seen Olamide Zaccheaus have his day. We've seen Jamison Crowder have his day. We've seen Zach Ertz have his day. At a time or two, we've seen B-Rob have his day. Also, everybody's been able to have their day. It's to see whenever somebody gets hot or they see a mismatch. Like, hey, it's an opportunity here. Dyami, it's your day. And so I think they've been able to do that. And it's been very successful, because you really don't know who you're going to get. And I'm almost waiting. Last weekend had an opportunity to see and meet the McCaffrey family. They were psyched. They were real happy about Luke getting his first playoff game, his first playoff win, and everything. Supportive brother Christian was there, dapping everybody up, real excited. And so it's almost like you're just waiting to see who's going to be the one, because it's like Terry gonna, be one of the ones, right? But it's like, who else can just, because when you talk about the complimentary football and all of that, you already know 17 number getting called.
Yeah.
But you didn't expect for it to be 2. And maybe at some point it's gonna be 12. You know what I mean? That was, you gonna go back to 80. You know what I mean? You're gonna get 86 in, so it's gonna see, that, I've been around these people too long, because I've been
I can see you have.
Ridiculous. That's crazy. I hope I can get to my Auntie Anne's when I get to this airport.
You gonna get there.
Because I'm already losing it a little bit. I had a whole meltdown before this started, y'all, when I realized the gate I was at. And I was like, the Auntie Anne's not on that side. So I'm calling out numbers.
Okay. But no, but I'm with you. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna address this one. So who will Marshall? Before I address, let me talk about Diami. I'm with you. First off, I'm with you. Like everybody, it's like Diana Ross and the Supremes. Everybody, they're the Supremes. Terry is Diana Ross, obviously. But so I mean, but in terms of Diami, I do think that because of you, everybody's worried about Diana. You know what I'm saying? You know, Diana Ross. You know what I'm saying? They worried about her. They worry about Terry. The other people can still get the opportunity to eat. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like people like Diami, like Olamide, you know, even if he gets an opportunity, Luke McCaffrey, they're going to get single coverage. And Detroit is in a situation where they're not healthy on the back end, their secondary as well. I think Diami can definitely do it again, to be honest with you. I said this before on our All Burgundy and Go Everything podcast last night, that Diami is, in terms of the dudes they have in the building, like in terms of wide receiver, a non-Terry McLaurin, obviously, like he's the more talented receiver on the squad. So I do think that he has the opportunity because of his skill set, and something that's what people have to realize too is that the confidence that Cliff Kingsbury has instilled in him, you know what I mean, to say, you know what, we believe in you. We want you to do more than just go ahead and run a bomb, a go route. You know what I mean? We want you to be in the screen game. We want you to be a guy that can couch passes within the route tree. We don't want you just to do one thing. I think that needs to be commended too, with the confidence that Cliff Kingsbury has instilled in Diami Brown, to a point that we saw it in the offseason, Candi. We were sitting there talking about Jahan Dotson when they shipped him away. This is the reason why, because of the belief in other individuals like a Diami Brown. Mm-hmm. And it's cool to see that all comes out, that all came out last week, on Sunday, where this dude not just had a game where he caught 2 bombs and it was a cool, like 2 dynamic plays, but he was really involved in the offense. That's like 5 catches for 89 yards. They weren't all explosive plays, but they were plays to help this team win the football game. So I think that he can definitely do it. I think this is a game different from the other games that we've seen Diami flash with bombs and whatnot. This game is more, this shows that it's more sustainable because he was catching passes in a variety of different ways. And he put an imprint in the game. And I kind of thought we saw baby steps with that in the Dallas Cowboys game, because he was featured a lot in that Cowboys game. So now we're seeing it. We're seeing it in back-to-back weeks when he's kind of stepped this game up. So I think that, to answer that, to go back to that question, he can definitely do it, because I think there's a trend going on. If you read your cues, like, isn't that what you say, Candi? Candi always says, read your clues, right? Read your clues, right? Use your clues. Sorry, use your clues. Use your clues. Sorry, I apologize. I don't want to mess it up. Use your clues. And I think that if you listen to what if you use what Candi has taught us, that you can see like there is a trend happen even in that situation with Diami Brown.
I mean, back during the summer, you were out there, in plenty of training camp practices, and you mentioned Jahan Dotson, and I was like, I've had my eyes on the wide receiver group for a while now, and I'm gonna tell you this: it's Terry McLaurin and everybody else have been asking questions.
Yeah,
and every time they really, really like Diami.
Yeah,
and Lord, all the games are running together. It was the one game. Oh, it wasn't the Giants game, because Olamide had a really good game that day. No. Noah had a really good game. The Giants game. I don't know. It was one of those games, y'all. They all running together. And I asked Coach Quinn about what are some of the moments that don't make Sports Center highlights.
Yeah.
That he really wanted, that he really noticed. And he talked about Diami's impact play. It was a home game. Oh, was it the Titans? I don't know.
Was it a Titan game? You called a bomb?
Yes.
It's a Browns or Titans game called a bomb for a touchdown. I can't think. I want to say when you called a bomb for a touchdown.
It's all running together now. They won way more games than we anticipated. So It could have been, I guess, 13 of them, huh? It could have been. Yeah. But I asked Coach about what are some of the players, that are not going to make Sports Center, but that they had an impact on that game. And he every time I asked that question, he would bring up something that De'Ami Brown did. And going back to using your clues, I'd be like, this team really likes De'Ami. It's only a matter of time before he has his moment. And he had that moment last Saturday. I was very, very happy for him. Because he's one of the players, I always speak, I'm a reporter. I try to be the cool media lady, but you also have the opportunity to meet people, and he's
of course.
Dude, all of them are. And I told him one day, like, called him Mr. Popularity. He was like, "Oh, I'm not that guy." Oh, you just wait. Yes, you are. And so when he did his presser last week, I was like, this is what's up. De'Ami got his time in a playoff game. So I'm really, really happy for him.
Yeah, especially in nowadays, because with these younger athletes, I mean, they see everything, man, and a lot of stuff what people put out there ain't cool, and just to finally kind of waste your time and knowing that some of that stuff was out of your control, but within the regime you had to play for and play with, and now like you got a guy who believes in you. Coaching is so important, and we've seen that anyway, but coaching is so important. Yeah. So speaking, let's go into somebody we talked about Lattimore briefly. I wanted to pull that up, but now I can talk about Marshawn Lattimore had a rough game against Mike Evans last week. We know this. It was rough, but what do you think what has his mentality been this week? Going into this game, and do you expect for him to bounce back tomorrow?
You know what I think is an unspoken strength about what happened last week when Marshawn didn't have as strong as a game. Yeah. It's these DPIs, man. It was crazy. And one of those things, Mike Evans did push off. He did
push off. He grabbed his whole head down. I ain't going to lie to you. That would piss me off. But go ahead, though. But go ahead.
Well, when you in somebody else's house, you just got to take your shoes off. Yeah. They say take your shoes off at the door. That's what you got to do. So what was the unspoken, like, I'm pretty impressed by this, was the fact that the Commanders still won the football game.
That's a good point.
Like, Marshawn did not have the best game. I also want to say he's not necessarily 100%, right? Which we always knew that was a risk.
I agree with that.
We always knew that was a risk. But the fact that he was a full participant all this week and he's playing tomorrow night is a good sign. We might see a different level of a Marshawn Lattimore, right? I think it is to get these DPIs under control, though. We got to figure out what's going on with that. I mean, they switched him up a bit, gave him some safety help last week. So we'll have to see how that works out. But it was like the unspoken, if I'm using my clues, I'm like, Joe Witt, sometimes I ask a lot of questions when it comes to Joe Witt Jr. But the fact that they were still able to contain that offense, that Tampa Bay offense enough to still get the win,
that's true,
was impressive with Marshawn not having a good game.
That's a good point. No, I'm with you.
So this goes back to the assignments and what they're doing, because see, they can't give away penalties. This ain't the game to do that. Like, don't just let the Lions offense get down the field. You cannot. No, right? So I saw what they did there in being a bit more strategic and not even having Marshawn on Mike anymore. Like, this is not going to work. Get him off.
Yeah. It was more like, I mean, you're playing man coverage on Mike Evans. And to your point, like, I don't think he was 100% healthy. I think Mike Evans kind of knew that too. That's why they kind of attacked him that way. But also,
they know he hurt. They did the same thing with the Eagles. I mean, when you know your man is down, he's not 100%. It's already a tall task if you at 110%. But if you at 75, I'm throwing the ball your way all day.
Yeah,
because they gonna call it on you all day.
Yeah, so I don't think that, like, I don't look at this. I look at that situation like other people looked at it. A lot of folks were a little bit more down on Marshawn, but I think Marshawn will be all right. I think this matchup.
I think he'd be fine. He's a positive person. He has a good attitude. He had a good attitude after the game. I saw Christian McCaffrey giving him all sorts of love and everything. So that was cool to witness and see. He's well respected in the league, and he's a dog. Because he's another one. Okay, you might beat me this time, but I'm gonna keep trying. But to save him from himself, they had to switch his assignment.
Yeah, Lamar had this is the question I kind of want to pull up because Lamar, this is a good question. And he said that he wanted to know who's going to be followed. Would Lattimore be followed with Williams, St. Brown? In terms of, I don't think Lattimore's going to be following anybody this game. But I will say this though, I do think he's better suited to check St. Brown. I think that because they're different. St. Brown is different from like Mike Evans. Those are the bigger dudes, and even AJ Brown. Like St. Brown's physical too for a shift. He's a shifty physical dude. I would say, and I feel confident if Lamar is on St. Brown. Like I will say that I feel really, really confident if he's on St. Brown. But I don't think that he's going to be moving around. But if I wouldn't mind if they moved around with him on St. Brown though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that would be a good matchup for it would be a good matchup for Lattimore, especially if he's not 100%. I think it would be a good matchup for him. I know the St. Brown's a shifty dude a little bit, but he's not explosively shifty. I don't know if that makes any sense. He's not like a speedster though, so I do think it kind of can work for. I think it can work for Lattimore more than what we saw earlier. So, but yeah, I'm with you, Candi. I'm not worried about Lattimore, and he's in it as a Michigan fan. You know that's hard for me to say, but I'm not. And he's an Ohio State dude, but yeah, I'm not worried about him. I think he'll be fine. All right, so let's talk about the guy, the star of the team. We've been going with all the supporting cast, you know what I mean? And no knock on anybody else. This is the star. Jay's the star of the team. Let's call it the bean. All right. So Paul always asks this question. Paul, in the chat, I'm stealing this from you. Paul always asks, you know what I'm saying? He always asks this question. He says, does Jaden have to be special? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put a little different for this team to win. I'm gonna put a little caveat into it. I'm gonna add a little bit, some little extra zest to it. Does Jaden have to play the best game he's played all season for the Commanders to beat the Detroit Lions?
No.
All right. Okay. Does he have to be special for them to beat the Detroit Lions?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you have to be Jaden. He has to be himself.
Okay.
Right? Now I'm just not in the mood for any more donks, Hail Marys. I'm tired of it. It's too much. I think maybe I'm like Jade now. I'm completely immune. I don't know if I'm blacking out or if I just don't know what's happening. Like I think I had a moment like I saw in the TV version when he was just kind of sitting there like, oh, okay. All right, let's go. All right, okay. Ooh, what? All right. I don't even think I was looking. Well, like I was looking at the team. I couldn't even look at the kick. I was just watching the sideline, like whatever they do, whatever kind of vibe they on, I guess we all on. And I was like, oh, they was doing. Wow, look at that. but I think he can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
It just has to be one of these situations. I was asked this question yesterday where it was like, what's the key to stopping this aggressive Lions offense? And I was like, keep them off the field. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to have success.
Facts.
All right. These are very good professionals over there. Uh-huh. And the only person that is crazier than Jay Daniels, what I said earlier, is Dan Campbell. Okay.
Yeah.
Maniac. Savage. And I say that with all the respect in the world. When it comes to sports, I'm a deep, just love to see a good maniac, you know? Uh-huh. And because there's a such thing. And so in order to keep those Lions offense off the field, complementary football, paramount, creating that chaos, like I've been talking about, the 3 takeaways, they still have not done it. This is the week. Get it done. I mean, they did it. They didn't do it last week, but they still won the football game. It was a surprise. But I'm going to keep saying, get it done. Get Jaden the football back. Use that time of possession. Does he? I think he has to be special. So when it comes to special, I feel like efficiency.
Okay.
Special. But I don't necessarily want, we're all going to be holding our breath if he has to be the hero all the time, right? Just control the time of possession, be smart, be efficient, be effective. And that's going to be special Jaden anyway, because the reality is if this team pulls off a win in Detroit.
Oh, you can't tell me nothing. They beat Detroit in Detroit. You can't tell me nothing. Seriously.
I mean, what else are we doing? I'm just going to the rest of I'm just gonna go and eat the popcorn in the press box. I don't even care. I'm gonna be like, what? Okay.
Folks don't want to see me if they do. I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna be real.
What's that place you go to? I don't know if I just say this on the TV thing.
You can.
When I was okay, but I was like, every time they win, because every win is like a shock to me. Like, whoa, I cannot believe they pulled this off. They're really good. Yeah. I mean, like, I wonder if Wole is at the Golden Dragon.
I'll be in the Golden Dragon getting in it. I won't even get Eston, but be more folks wouldn't even appreciate it. They wouldn't even Baltimore folks wouldn't even appreciate me if I'm doing that. I go to the hood, Jasper, everybody gets shot at. I go over there and act a fool. You know what I mean? Like, if this team, like I'll find a nearest Cowboy fan and mock the hell out of them. There was so much I would do if this team beat Detroit. Like, I'd be an asshole. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'll be a real abrupt asshole. So if they did this and they beat Detroit, the world don't want to see me. The world they not ready. Because I suppressed the ignorant me for so long. Oh, I'll bring that joker back in a second. They beat Detroit.
I'm not gonna lie. Last week, I think I might have posted it. Like, everybody that talked trash to me walking in this building, I'm gonna find them. Yeah. I'm gonna find them. And you can ask Donna. She was like, "Did you find them?" I said, "No." I'm frustrated.
Hey,
everybody went ghost because I was going back to the scene of all the crimes.
Candi.
I really was. I was going back to see.
I'm with you.
Harassment. Like, what time your flight leaves?
Look, I'll even go up. I'll go up even more. Let me tell you what I would have done. Cause this team is making me petty again, which is amazing. They make me very petty again. Like, after that kicker doinked and went in, I may have skipped the presser and went and searched these people out. I may have skipped the presser and searched folks out.
That's the problem. I wouldn't did my job. I wouldn't
did my job. I think I would have lost containment. I would have lost mental containment. I would have lost that.
With you know what? Like, I'm with all of it right now, especially when Terry came hollering down that hallway. No. I'll be right back. Yeah. I will be right back. No, they can't get away that.
Petty, look at your mom. She gets petty but professional. That's what I'm talking about.
Professional.
He's professional. That's what I'm talking about.
But I was definitely gonna walk by. I was gonna sashay by in that green ruffled dress, like, oh, hello.
Hello. Yeah. How you feeling? How you feeling now? How you feeling now? You got that same energy? The energy is still with you? Still with you, huh? We going what? Oh, okay. All right. Cabo gonna be real nice for y'all. Cabo gonna be real nice for y'all. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy it.
And that's how I was like, oh man. But after that, everybody deserves an opportunity to be petty. I mean, but if they pull this off in Detroit, Jaden he's the golden child. I mean, he already is.
I do think that, like, for them to win this football game, yeah, I'm with you. He got to be Jaden, so he's got to be. But Jaden's special, right? So now it's like, I mean,
right?
Jaden is special already. But I do feel like there's an element of
who he is. That's what I've been telling people. The Washington Commanders are who they are because of who Jaden Daniels is. Yeah. And I'm not saying that to no shade to anybody else, because they brought veteran leaders and coaching staff in here that emulates that. But this dude is different. Yeah. He is different when it's game time. And I think I may have shared that back during training camp. Like, hey, he's different when he on the football field. Yeah. He a little woo.
But let me ask you this, because I know we in a rush with you. I gotta make sure.
Oh yeah, but you know, I made everybody panic at the airport last week. They thought I was gonna miss the flight. I was there. I told them I was just at Auntie Anne's. They were like, you ain't been.
I gotta make sure you good. So I gotta make sure you good. So I gotta ask you one question, and then you good.
I'm not doing any more predictions.
Not predictions.
I'm retired.
No, we're not doing predictions. No, I won't do predictions. It's just your keys, Candi's keys. Like, what are your keys for Commanders victory? Candi's keys. What's your keys for victory? I don't got a sponsor though, so I don't got a sponsor, so don't like.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, okay. So Candi's keys. I mean, hey, absolutely. Gibbs, David Montgomery are both out there. Yeah, they have to. But with that, I think they have to get to. You all hear me say this all the time. They have to get to Jared Goff early and often, right? If they get him rattled, he's another quarterback. You get him rattled, get him off his game, not able to execute effectively. That's a good sign. with both of those power backs back there, it can be a very long and tiring day for the Commanders defense. So they have to find a way to get that stopped immediately and get Jaden Daniels the ball back. So that goes back to the point I was making a moment ago. Jaden just got to be Jaden. And be a hero, be you, and get it done. Control that time of possession. The only way, in my opinion, that you are going to stop a very aggressive Lions offense and the trickery of offensive coordinator, brilliant mind Ben Johnson, is to not give him the football. Right. This is also an opportunity for Cliff Kingsbury. Right. This is really Cliff Kingsbury versus Ben Johnson. That's really what it is. Yeah. Which one is really the best offensive coordinator right now?
Oh, that's a good one. That's the matchup there. That's true.
That's the matchup right there. Those right there, when you really think about it, you know, and the only way to showcase that is to not give Ben Johnson the football. That's how you stop that. So I'm gonna go back to the time of possession battle, because when the Commanders are in that mode of playing effective and getting the ball into the red zone, they win football games. They really, really do. And I think of special teams. I want to see the special teams get involved. Have not seen a kick return for a touchdown. I think the one time they did, that was like back in week 2, and it came back due to a penalty. So we got to control that starting field position. That doesn't necessarily help with time of possession, but
it's still good though.
Still good.
It's a momentum play.
And this isn't the week to settle for field goals, not for the Commanders. If the Commanders defense can hold the Lions offense, which would be shocking, but if they did this, held them to field goals, that's a great candy key right there. But the offense, get it in the red zone. Zane Gonzalez, get that, you know, that extra point going. They need to be scoring 7. They need to have the offensive game that they had against the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals.
I like that.
Those two. They had a strong offensive game against the Cincinnati Bengals as well. But when I'm really thinking about it, what I'm really looking at, Titans and the Cardinals. Offensively, those are two completely different teams, but I'm just talking about the offensive efficiency, and they're gonna have to run the scoreboard up on that one.
Yeah, I like that. I like that in the Bengals game too. I felt like having that mindset.
I enjoyed that Bengals game.
Yeah, like going back and forth. I feel like because it could be that type of you don't know, because it could be that type of game where, and because Jaden had an answer for everything. You know what I mean? So I like your keys. Like your keys are spot on. I think, like you said, the time of possession battle may be the most big thing, because I think, like you said, when Washington does that, they're pretty hard to beat. Like I don't care who you are. Like when they win,
you don't want to give them the ball back late in the game, and it was so funny. Chad Ricardo from Fox 5.
Oh, I full with him. He's such a good dude. That's a good brother.
He good brother. And he told me last week, what was it when they got the ball back? It was like 4 minutes left in the game, and it was 4:41 left in the game. I went and got a cup of coffee, and he saw me because I was getting sleepy. So I went and got a cup of coffee. He was like, "Aren't you from the DC area?" So I'm not from DC. I'm from PG County.
Yeah,
Bowie area. I will get it straight.
Yeah, you got to separate that. Folks don't know. You got to separate that. Go ahead.
So he was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He was like, "You are oddly calm right now, like watching this game and just going to get, coffee. Like you just walking around, like moseying around." And I was like, they got the ball back. I said, Tampa Bay ain't getting it back. Watch. I said, they ain't getting that ball back. Not these people. Now, if you're using your clues, they're not getting the ball back. So, and that's the key.
Yeah, totally. George said if Witt has saved anything special, I hope he uses it this week to try and contain this crazy Lions offense.
Get them off. Man.
I think what you're saying, Candi, I think the way you kind of negate their offense is if you win in the time possession with your offense. You keep Ben Johnson off the field to a point where he thinks he has to do crazy stuff to get to score fast and whatnot. That can kind of be a hindrance to the team. So I'm with you. I think that time of possession definitely is the key for the Commanders. All right, so Candi.
Yeah, I'll know based on the game day arrivals outfits what type of time Cliff Kingsbury on.
Oh, you know what time he on by his outfit?
I'll report live on the pregame show. Like Cliff came in here looking like Jedi, or like Tom Cruise on Top Gun. Like, hey,
time is for Cliff.
Cliff
gonna be on one for y'all suited and booted, right?
Everybody calling Ben Johnson. Call me.
I mean, real talk before I let you go, because I do want to get you out of I just so you can do what you gotta do. But
yeah, I do have to go now, I think.
I will say this though, that the Cliff Ben Johnson thing is real. Like that's real. Because they really it's about, I mean, Ben Johnson is the lead candidate for multiple jobs. Yeah, he is. And then so if you outperform him, that is a good look for Cliff.
I mean, not that I'm saying that I want Cliff to go anywhere, because I
No, but
definitely
I'm just saying for him.
I
For
definitely
him.
made the joke with him a couple weeks ago, like, hey, I'm calling your people, and I'm gonna tell them you're not taking any more phone calls, okay? Right. And we just laughed, but still, there is a measure, there is a standard, and right now, I guess Ben Johnson is it. So why not outsmart the guy that everybody wants?
Facts. All right, Katie, how can folks catch your content on social media, and also how can they check out your show live on Mondays?
So follow me on X at CWall SE, and make sure you all are subscribed to Bowie TV. All my content, all my Commanders content is there. So make sure you are subscribed there. Of course, you can follow me Facebook, Candi Waller, CEO CWall on Instagram, Bowie TV Sports on Instagram and on X. And I see my mama talking about you got to get.
I know, I saw her. That's why I make sure I did it, because I listen to moms, man. I don't know anybody.
I do.
I know how it is. Like, I'm not Jared. My mom's just pinching my ear when I do bad stuff, so I gotta make sure she twist that thing. So if folks, make sure if you're on Bowie right now, Bowie YouTube channel, hit that red subscribe button. If you're on Urban Sports Scene as well, man, hit that red subscribe button right now. Hey, Candi, thanks for being on. I appreciate you. You're dope.
Thank you. You've been giving all the flowers today, Wale. Trust me.
I got to. You are dope, man. You got it. You got it. Look, man.
It's been a rough week, so I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Like I tell you, every time you're on, everybody appreciates you. Even when you guest on this show or Auburn Go everything, everybody is like, yeah, we gotta get Candi back on. Okay, I mean, that's why, like, when you say like, hey, are we good? I'm like, what are you saying? You're regular. Don't do that.
Well, first order of business. I gotta let y'all know what Cliff wearing tomorrow.
All right, let us know. Tomorrow, 7. That's our pregame. That's the pregame. Auburn and Go everything. Let us know. Now we know what time we on. Then we know what time we on.
Exactly.
All right, Candi, take it easy, man. Safe travels. All right.
Thank you. See y'all.
All right, cool. Candi, you already know what time it is. Let me so I had to make sure she got her flight on time. I was not being blamed for this. Hey, again, if y'all on YouTube, our YouTube channel for the first time, hit that red subscribe button right now. Trying to get to a certain number. So if y'all on there right now, hit that red subscribe button. Appreciate it. All right, wait for it. I'm already assuming that y'all did. Thank you. Appreciate y'all for doing that. All right, we're gonna do some real quick before we end this show. We're gonna do some over-unders, prop bets for the Commanders. I'm gonna give y'all my predictions. Last week I wasn't that great last week. Last week I was like, I went over or under Terry getting 60.5 receiving yards. I was right about that because I knew Terry went over, had like 89 receiving yards. Over under Jayden Daniel throws for 20.5 yards. I went under, and I was wrong. He went over. He threw for like 260 something. Over under Zach Ertz receiving yards for 38.5 yards. I was wrong. I think I went over. And he went under. He had like 23 receiving yards or something like that. All right, so this week, over under, I got Terry McLaurin getting over 68.5 receiving yards. So I'm going with that. Over under Jayden Daniel throws for 236.5 yards. Passing yards. I'm going to go over for that. I think he's going to torch this Detroit Lions secondary. Over or under Brian Robinson getting 35.5 rushing yards. That is low for a running back, especially a number 1 running back. And he has been slumping. I'm going to say over B-Rob goes over 35.5 rushing yards. I think he should get about 60 to 100 yards rushing the ball. And, I'm putting him on here because he had a great game. De'Ami Brown last week had 89 yards, 5 catches for a touchdown. They have De'Ami Brown getting 34.5 receiving yards. I say De'Ami goes over that as well. So, yeah, De'Ami getting over that. But, yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, chiming in with the I ain't read yours. Paul has over. All right, appreciate you, Paul. I didn't say over for all of them. All right, over. What about De'Ami, Paul? De'Ami, you got to go over too? De'Ami and B-Rob. What you got for B-Rob as well before I end this show? I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Lamar, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Sorry. I'm sorry. The Lions will take away your smile soon. Oh, you're a Lions fan. It's all good, bro. Appreciate you. It's okay though. I'm not mad at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, you're arrogant and you feel good about yourself. You should your team's the number one seed. You should feel good. But if they don't do what you want them to do, that's not a good thing. Over. Okay, Paul, you got over there too as well. All right, cool. But I'm saying if you're a Lions fan and you're arrogant and they disappoint you, and you got D-Rob going under 35 yards. That is bad for a running back, bro. You don't think he can get you about a good 40, 50 yards? Damn. Man, B-Rob better start to step up, man. I like B-Rob. He better step up. Like, he got to – I root for B-Rob, but after those fumbles, he hasn't been the same dude. I need to get his swag back. Like I feel like he's worried more about protecting the football than, running for, vicious yardage. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but this is a different team. I like to say this is a different team, different Lions team. So, like, I don't really get into all that, but I just know that we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Yeah, nothing will end our smiles because this is a bonus territory. Yes, I agree, but good luck. I agree. This is my Lamar. That's where I'm at. This is a bonus. Everything's a bonus, man. I mean, if we lose, like, I'm gonna be blown. I think we all be blown. But it would be a loss. If we lost, it would be something we can get over like pretty quickly. It wouldn't be one of those lingering losses that you feel bad like throughout the whole summer or whatever. Some losses. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've had some losses that just hurt my soul in life in the postseason. Like the one I remember we lost to Tampa. I think it's the Brad Johnson year, 99, where we had an opportunity to kick the field goal to try to win the game. It was a long field goal, but we didn't get the attempt. Like it was a bad snap. And I was like that. I was just so like I was blown like that whole football, like that whole NFL postseason, the fall, the spring to the summer to training camp. Once training camp started, I got over it. But I was blown like for a minute. Shoot, we lost to Seattle with Carlos Rogers dropped that interception. I was pissed off for a while. The 54th, it has been more about health and continuity of the O-line. Yeah, definitely has, man. Definitely has. But yeah, so just saying, everything right now is a cherry on top for this football season, man. For the Commanders, man, for real. Like this has been a special year, so nobody can ever dampen our moods when it comes to the Commanders team, man. This Commanders team has brought so much joy to the area. I don't care if you're from Virginia, Maryland, DC. So much joy to the area if you're a Commanders fan. So, yeah, man, this has been a special season. And we got a special dude, so that's why as a Commanders fan, even though the Detroit Lions are our favorite, I think they were like 10-point favorites at the time. Like, I think that even within all that, like when you got Jaden Daniels, you feel like you can win any game. What's going on, Jeremy? Yeah, exactly, bro. You're gonna be joyful. Like it don't matter. Anyway, this season's been so special. Like, dude, when we played in recent times, we played Seattle with RG3 in 2012. Like a lot of us felt confident, and then how that game transpired, and we lost the home playoff game. That was like that was disturbing. You know what I mean? That the joy was kind of sucked out of it. I mean, we thought we were gonna be there again, but we never were. And we got Kirk Cousins that year. We played Green Bay. We hosted a playoff game, and we lost that first game. We won our first playoff game, and we have a guy that we believe in that can kind of lead us for years to come. Man, you can't tell us nothing, for real. See, look, man. See, Santiago, you expect to win? I mean, I hope. I mean, I have my predictions. I do my predictions on like our all Burger and Go everything pregame show. I'm not ruining my superstitious thing because it's kind of been working. I don't do predictions on this show. I try to stay away from that. My superstition has kind of been working. The 54th said B-Rob and Eckler got their yards last week in the passing game. True, B-Rob has done well in pass pro. Yeah, he has. And pass pro. But I want that dog back in B-Rob. Like that running, running downhill B-Rob. But I will say the O-line hasn't done great either, though, for real, in the run game. Like either Eckler, B-Rob, in that Tampa game, that wasn't really a B-Rob thing, I would say. That was just a bad O-line thing. Like everybody was getting blown up running the football last week. Yeah, the run game is being supplemented through short passing right now. I agree. I think the O-line is definitely not firing off right now like they were earlier. Yeah, O-line did, Jeremy. O-line was trash in the run game last week. Yeah, it was horrible. That's why I'm not going to put that. Like last week, I'm not going to put that on B-Rob. Like last week, because I felt like even Eckler didn't run. Like they all didn't run well because of the O-line. It helps if the backs are running into a wall. I agree. I think last week I'm not going to put that on any of the running backs last week. I won't do that because I was like even like we were in like when we were in like first and goal from the 1, like they were already like they penetrated everything. They blew everything up. Yeah, agreed. Totally agree. I feel like the O-line has been getting beaten. In the run game, they've been getting beaten up. You can make the argument even in the pass game. They was getting shoot. Coleman was getting whipped last week. He was getting whipped last week. But yeah. But y'all, man, appreciate y'all for all tuning in, pulling up. I see my guys, Jeremy, the 54th. Appreciate y'all, man. Paul, you already know. Appreciate all y'all, man. Santiago, Lamar, you know what I'm saying? Always Miss Waller's always dope. George, Lord Tewksbury, who else? Barbershop, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm trying. My man, like HBCU legends. Oh, yeah. My man Kyle. Appreciate you, Kyle. Will, Tony, Dandon. Who am I forgetting? I'm going through all y'all. Marcus. Let's see. Rep the district. Expect to destroy these guys Sunday. Oh, who you say? No disrespect, but Lions about to destroy. Oh, look at Frank. Oh, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it, man. You sound like a Cowboys fan. You said the Lions. I feel like you're a Cowboys fan. It's all good, bro. I ain't mad at you. DC Homer Sports, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you too. Yeah. Yeah, yes, about to say. Yeah, Coleman was bad, Santiago. Yeah, he was bad. That was not his finest day. I think that may have been his worst game as a rookie. Like the way he was getting beat, that may have been his worst game as a rookie, to be honest with you. That was not his finest hour. Definitely was not his finest hour. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man, for Sunday. But we'll have if you want to chime into our All Burgundy and Gold everything pre-game show and post-game show, you can go to our All Burgundy and Gold everything YouTube channel. Just put all Burgundy and Gold, and everything is spelled ERRR, 3 R's, Y thing, THING. But if you want to listen to our recap show on this channel, we'll be airing Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just tune into our Commanders Lions recap show. I'm working on bringing in a cool guest. I'm working on about between 2 guests to have for that 2 p.m. show. So just pull up, man. We'll be streaming live on our YouTube, X, IG, and Facebook accounts. So just make sure y'all pull up. Just don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, tune in, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also follow us on X at Urban Sports Scene, IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Again, if you're on our YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed yet, hit the red subscribe button now. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that red subscribe button. Just get us to 1,000. But we got short-term milestones, so just help us get there. Appreciate y'all. Also check out our website, which is www.urbansportscene.com. All right. Well, anyway, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. We had a good audience, a good crowd tuning in, so appreciate y'all for all listening. Hopefully, man, we get this dub on Saturday. But man, in Jaden we trust, man. That's how I look at this game, man. In Jaden we trust, man. I trust the bejesus out of Jaden. Anyway, man, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces. I'm out.